back, guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to King Chiku Reads, and this is the second video of this channel. And I'm gonna read Tom Gets a Tiny Bit Lucky. Let's get started. First, subscribe and like the video if you like the video, and see the video till the end. Is it real or is it empty? Haha, take a lucky guess. You guys should take a lucky guess in the comments down below. What do you think? Is it real or is it empty? Okay, let's see. And it's empty. As we know, Tom Gets loves wafers. Okay, here's Tom Gets to-do list. My to-do list: do homework, do doodle, eat wafer. And he take do doodle and eat wafer because he ate wafer right here and he did doodle right here and he did not do his homework. According to my dad, this bit of string is going to be a kite. Really, it doesn't look like a kite to me. Dad just ran out to his shed to go look for an even longer piece of string. He's gone for a while now. I thought about turning the TV back on, but instead I did this. Look, it's a string doodle, a snail in case you were wondering. Here's another one. How about I draw something on it? Yo, brilliant, if I would say so myself. Who knew string could be so useful, apart from my granny Marvis, of course. Mavis. The next time I'm in a lesson that gets a bit dull, which happens, I'm going to bring out my emergency piece of string and make a few doodles the way it looks like I'm really busy. Me being busy. When Dad comes back from the shed, he is smiling and holding up another piece of string. Here we go, Tom. This is perfect. I'm looking at the string. It's exactly the same as the other bit. That's great, Dad. I'm trying to sound enthusiastic and thrilling. Normally, I love making things like my string doodle, but Dad came and interrupted me when I was right in the middle of watching the Crazy Fruit Bunch, the best cartoon show ever. He stood in front of the TV and started shaking his head in a disapproving kind of way. Tom, why are you stuck inside watching TV when it's such a lovely day? He wanted to know. Firstly, it is not a lovely day. It was damp and cold. Secondly, I was watching TV because the Crazy Fruit Bunch was on. It's hilarious. But I didn't say that. I kept my eyes fixed on the TV screen and shrugged. There are so many things you could do instead of staring at a screen. Come on, Tom. Turn off the TV. Oh, Dad, that's not fair. Can't I just finish watching my cartoon? I asked him. Honestly, Tom, when I was your age, I was always outside running about in the fresh air. I hardly ever watched TV, he told me proudly. That's because TV hadn't been invented when you were my age, Dad. He's quite old after all. Of course, TV balls have been invented. I just like playing outside, climbing trees and making things with twigs. What kind of thing? What sort of thing did you make with the twigs? I wanted to know. I made lots of things. Like what, I asked. You know, twig things. That things made of the twigs. Anyway, it does not matter what I made. The main thing was I was out in the fresh air having fun. Playing with twigs doesn't look like fun to me, I told Dad. There are plenty of other things you can do outside. You can go play in this garden for a start. It's too cold, so run around. Or you could ask Derek. I shook my head because I knew Derek was busy. He is at a friend's house probably watching TV. I said, trying to make a point. I knew he wasn't, but that didn't matter. Derek being busy. Okay. How about inviting your new neighbor June over? I'm sure she would come around to play if you asked her. Well, that wasn't going to happen. Dad, it's not like I'm 4 years old. My friends don't come around to play anymore. Well, not unless we are having a band practice. I definitely wasn't going to be asking June over. Since she moved in the next door, June's not exactly been the friend to me. What are you looking at? It's bad enough having her cat wandering around our garden, and she's in my class at school too. This work is too easy. Every time she sees me, which is a lot because she sits next to Amy Potter, who sits next to me, June thinks it's funny to say, Tom, you do realize that Dude 3, the band, are exactly a rubbish band? Uh, which is not true and also really annoying. If I would had annoying me, the June would be about hair. Annoying, very annoying, really annoying, unbelievably annoying. Right now, Marcus Melview, who would be right here, and June's cat here. Sometimes there's not much to choose between them. When Mum came in to see Dad and I were chatting about, she joined in. You're not watching TV again, are you, Tom? She asked. I'm trying to watch TV, I told Dad her while leaning to the side of the dad. It's not like I watch telly all the time, which means television. I, I just love the crazy fruit bunch. The chances of me being able to watch the rest of the cartoon were disappearing fast. It was impossible to concentrate with both mom and dad glaring at me. So I gave up and turned off the TV. Click. Sulking face. Okay, what shall I do now? I asked them. Well, there is a lot of things you can do. Like what? How about we go for a walk? Dad suggested. A walk? Where to? I wanted to know somewhere nice, he said. The sweet shop's nice, I suggested. No, Tom, I meant somewhere like park. If we had a dog, I'd really be happy to go out for walks at all time, I told Dad. We can't have a dog. We can't get a dog because Della is allergic to dogs. Dad reminded me, so I said quietly, I'd rather have Della. I'd rather have dog than Della. Dad didn't hear me because he was busy picking up a bit of string that was on the shelf. I know how about I show you to make a kite. Then we can fly it together and get some fresh air at the same time. Before I could say maybe or could we go do that later, Mom got excited and said, that's a brilliant idea. It was an okay idea. I'd still rather watch the rest of the crazy food runs. Come on, it will be fun. Dad's trying to convince me, and that's when he disappeared to go and find another place of fun. Mom went to the kitchen and came with many plastic bags, a couple of bin liners, a roll of sticky tape. These might be useful. Mom got a thing about plastic bags and bin liners. She uses them for everything, literally everything. Emergency boots, emergency watering can, emergency rain cap, bird scarer. When Dad saw the plastic bag, he said they were perfect. Perfect for what? I wondered. All we need now are a couple of sticks and some scissors, Dad told me. Then he got some paper and drew out how we were going to make the kite. And the kite is right here. Okay, I kind of get it right now. Let's go to my shed and finish making the kite there. Dad said, so we did. We were supposed to be making this kite together, but every time I tried to help out, Dad would say, I'll show you how to do that, Tom, and take over completely. See the end of the book for how to make a kite. And I'll be reading that too after some or many episodes. Okay. Look, we have made it, Dad said. We made it. But I didn't say that. Shall we go and fly it? Dad suggested. What, now? Yes, now. Get your coat on, Tom, and let's go. Like I had a choice. When we came back into the house, Della was in the kitchen. Lately, she's been going out a lot with her friends, so I haven't seen much of her. It's been great. She was looking at her phone as usual. Dad said, look what we have made, Della. Well, Dad made it, but I didn't tell her that. Okay, slow. Sorry. I hit my stand. Okay, let me adjust it. Okay. Amazing, Della said, not even looking up. I bet you couldn't make a kite, I said. You're right. It's a life skill that has passed me by. Mum says, well done, Tom. See what you can do when you do not watch TV? You must be so proud, Della adds, but I am not sure she means it. Dad and I get our coats and set off for the park. He's holding the kite carefully so it doesn't get tangled. The best place to catch the wind is up on the hill. Dad says that's a real knack to launch a kite. Tom, yes, Dad. Okay. And we are on the page 20. So today, after I read this page, we are gonna end, and this page will come next video, which is gonna be tomorrow or day after tomorrow or something like that. When we get to the hill, Dad speaks this way. Is nice a light? Then he shows me exactly. Oh my God, what am I doing? Wait, let me adjust the stand again. Okay, is this fine? Okay. When we get to the hill, Dad checks the string is nice and tight. Then he shows me exactly where to run and how to launch the kite up in the air. It all seems easy enough, so we give it a go. I'm running, and Dad's throwing the kite in the air, trying to get it lift up. He's shouting at me, nearly there. Go, Tom, go on. But the kite keeps sinking down like a stone. And that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after some time. Thank you for watching. See you afterwards.